Hi there, welcome to Wyckoff technical analysis session for Ripple. So Ripple, last week we talked about the rebound and is it going to come down? No, it did not. Instead, it broke the downward resistance line and it also a key level of 3.05, the blue one over there on the screen. So in the chart we can tell this is the weekly time frame and this is probably getting to go higher. So either it's going to come up as a second test or is just another LPSY that's like the final rebound before falling outside of the upward trend channel. This blue box over here is the upward trend that started somewhere around late March and then climbed all the way to where we are now. This week's candle and last week's candle both rebounded from the bottom edge of the channel box. The significance of this week is basically breaking through or above this downward resistance line that I mentioned. So as of now it seems to be kind of bullish, and maybe it's time for me to move these lines a bit further to the right, but I don't want to. Accidentally move them vertically, so the only way is to adjust them one by one. So that's how you can edit your lines without like adjusting, just making it, extending it without needing to drag and then risking to making it deviate from the level it should be. So everything is still showing the value it should be, 2.45 on the right hand side, then lock. So okay, back to this over here. That's the 3.38 key level that seems like it's going to challenge. However, there's this triangle over here, meaning if it comes out, challenge, and did not go past the purple key level, it may continue to trade within this triangle, and eventually by late October a breakout has to happen. So either it breaks this upward channel and come back to challenge the 3.05 key level, or it's going to break above the purple key level and extend the uptrend. Currently the volume seems to be pretty low compared to previous weeks, so these climbs may not be strong enough to bring it to a new level. So that's only one sign of indication. The Bollinger Band counter squeeze, there's currently no squeeze, meaning the purple lines aren't close to the orange. So probably there won't be much of a big swing, so it may trade sideways over here. That's a pretty narrow range of just around 30 cents. Yeah, probably around or less than 10%. And then now let's go to the daily. Well, last session we put in this tag. We asked, is it going to come up for a second test or even an upthrust? Currently it's heading towards that direction. We talked about this already, this dashed line where on Monday the price broke through and then continuously go above the key level and trying to reach this point over here. So I'll keep this tag over here because it seems like it's going to be likely the case that it will come up and challenge this purple level, which does not need a lot of force compared to if it really tries to get to an upthrust. Going to the purple for a second test, I would say that's still possible. So here, just quickly check the Bollinger Band counter squeeze as well. partially, I would say, with hiding this, you see the top purple line has got into the orange. And this line isn't too far either. So if it trades sideways in a couple of days, then this will have a squeeze, and that's when the bigger price swing will happen. Previously, this swing pushed the price to the low point when we start September. Now it has reclimbed, but still it's around 6% lower than this bunch of candles over here. When this swing really happens, I'm just trying to check. Last time this kind of leg happened was back in May, and then eventually it shot up. Obviously that's a good news if it's like the price is around the lower half of the channel, swing to the upside, but now we're at the upper half of the channel. The likelihood of it swinging down, like what happened back in mid-August, may be higher. So I wouldn't say every time when a squeeze happens it's going to swing to the other side, but I've seen most of the times that's the case. If it's at the lower half, it swings to the upside first, but then it can correct and hit the bottom edge of those channels, much like here. It shot up, hit the, basically grow along the channel edge, got rejected, hit the other side of the channel right there, and then come up to hit this channel edge, and then this. Not every time it's going to hit an edge. Here it did not, and extended the test to the bottom line basically. Okay, so yeah, while you hope for the second test or upthrust, challenging the purple key level of 3.38, be prepared for an immediate correction back to the 3.05. So it can happen as quickly as in the next few days, which is way before our next session. So that's why I'm telling you now, even if it goes for a second test or upthrust, be prepared for the price to come down very quickly. Well, if it's an upthrust, it will be an AR2. If it's a second test, don't bother what it's called. Basically, it's just a normal adjustment. You see this over here already, back in beginning of August, where the price climbed to challenge the purple key level and immediately retraced by 7%. Yep, that's the reality, and that's the risk we have to face if you are really trying to get in now, especially if you're very bullish about Ripple. Just be careful that those adjustments may scare people off, and if the distribution cycle is really the blue case scenario, it's near the very end and it may just come down for no reason to the yellow key level of 2.05. That's when June this year, most of the time, April, March, and like end of March all the way to April, end of April. Well, basically the entire year, large part of the early half of this year was testing this yellow key level. So just be cautious that it may come down again. So you see this first half of the year was basically everything pointing towards this yellow level when they were at the low point. So that's for Ripple. While remain optimistic, stay cautious. See you in the next session.